Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck Spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at NaviOOT's Odd Warrior. NaviOOT, a fantastic Australian player. Actually very surprised, I don't think I've ever covered a NaviOOT deck before. I'm really happy to do so here. We've played a bunch of Odd Warrior in the past, but still an archetype I wouldn't say that we are fully familiar with. I think one of my issues with the archetype is mostly that it's a pretty late game focused deck oftentimes. However, the late game that it does have doesn't really compare with a lot of other decks that are trying to play a control game plan or a late game plan or a combo game plan. You know, one of this deck's major weaknesses is you're pretty much a dog in almost any combo matchup. However, NaviOOT's got a really interesting list here, and I hope that some of the stuff that they're bringing to the table can kind of help address that lack of late game or that not as powerful late game as you would like. And I think the first thing that jumps out to me, and it might jump out to you as well, is that look at those 5-drops. That is a thick 5-drop slot. 15, are you kidding me? So I think that we can probably safely call this more of a mid-range deck than a control deck, really. It is going to take a bit of time to hit its stride. But when we do, we have so many options, and a lot of really powerful options. You know, typical things like Dynamatic, Brawl, Direhorn, Hatchling. We've seen a lot of these before, even Elise. But NaviOOT's got a lot of other interesting kind of one-ofs in here. You know, we've got Faceless Manipulators in here, 2 of. This is a card that rose up about a month or 2 ago as a great card for Odd Warrior in certain matchups. You know, copying your opponent's big minions, Mountain Giants, these types of things can really help you stay in the game and compete on board, not get totally crushed. We've also got other things like Big Game Hunter. We've definitely played a Big Game Hunter before. Carnivorous Cube, which I have honestly I'm not too sure what it's doing here. I mean, I can theorize that, you know, obviously cubing a Direhorn Hatchling is fantastic for one of those later games. You know, it's just a lot for your opponent to deal with. I guess we can cube a Leroy and maybe somehow kill the cube with like a Shield Slam or something for some extra damage. So I'm not 100% on the cube, but I think it's an interesting option. Like I said, if we're going to have all these 5-drops in our hand, at least we're going to have a lot of different options for 5-drops. A couple of other interesting cards in here. We've got a Tinkmaster Overspark, which I don't think I've even played for a couple of years. And I'm really curious about this one too. It is potentially that we just need to hope for the high rolls when we're playing Hearthstone. And Tinkmaster is certainly one of the high rolliest and low rolliest cards that we can put in a deck. Outside of that, really typical kind of Odd Warrior stuff. I do want to point out there's no 1-drops in the deck, no 1-drop minions, no Eternium Rovers or anything like that. I have talked in the past that sometimes, you know, depending on where the meta is, you really want to have those 1-drops, or you really don't want to have those 1-drops. Obviously, they're fantastic against Odd Paladins and things like that, and maybe we just have a good enough matchup against Odd Paladin with all these Reckless Flurries and things like that. But certainly against those control decks, those combo decks, the 1-mana 1/3 does not really help you too much. So without further ado, we're going to jump into some games. Like I said, certainly not an archetype we're fully, you know, we have our head fully around. So we're going to be trying to learn a lot today. Going to try and pay attention to what cards are doing the most for us. And big shout out once again to NaviOOT. Definitely go check them out on Twitch. One of the bigger Hearthstone Twitch streamers as well. If you haven't checked them out, definitely worth doing. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, here with NaviOOT's Odd Warrior. I think we want to try and find some more of our 3-drops, so might send these 3/5s back. Get the Gluttonous Ooze, especially against a Hunter. We might get lucky. Could be a Beast Hunter with a Headhunter's Hatchet. Could be most other hunters play a Candle Shot. Made it to rank 35 with a deck you made yourself. Awesome. Ah, yes. That's really cool. Which class was it? And if our opponent's going to just let us get to our kind of 5-drop slot, I think we're happy with that. Priest, just Iron Beak Owlet? I guess if anything that really helps us delay our opponent, we're probably happy with.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
And our opponent could, yeah, potentially cube this, but I think we're fine. I mean, this Shield Slam will surely have some value later on.
This beast will not be tamed.
Okay, and now we can just trade it off so that we don't risk any cubing or anything like that. Might even just go for the Ziliax, and I'll actually keep the Divine Shield on the Ziliax, I think. So feeling pretty good. Not sure how much armor we want to bank up before going for the Dr. Boom.
Your weakness shows you.
We could go for the cube here.
Primitive.
Yeah. Have to just cube up. If our opponent wants to use the Spider Bomb to kill it, we'll have 2 Ziliaxes. I think that's okay. I was not expecting to have to play this matchup. Kind of Death Rattle Hunters have been just way out of my mind for a very long time. Alright, opponent's going into Rexar mode. But he's kind of giving us a bit on board. I mean, we could go for Dr. Boom. And given the kind of texture of our hand, I think that might make sense. And we could also like Zola, just get on board, but let's start doing some powerful stuff. Yeah, our opponent's giving us a turn. We're gonna use that turn. Okay. Guess we'll just BGH it.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Not sure if there's going to be anything else we want to save the BGH for. It's just going to be big dinos, hardcast devils, or yeah. I think our opponent's draw might have been a bit. Though interesting, they didn't kind of try and set up a shore or anything. I guess this is a sick turn. Definitely gonna shield slam that shore. What else are we doing though? Well, we got to play for next turn. Okay. We're amongst it. I think if we can get some if we can get some good value off this Super Collider, and if we can roll pretty reasonably on this Omega Assembly, we might be able to start controlling the board. Or we might be able to start progressing towards killing our opponent. Would love to pick up like a Beryllium Nullifier, Dynamatic. Charles, what is going on? Welcome to the chat, Bucket Boy. It's been a hot minute. How have you been? Okay. Interesting. Interesting that they chose this and chose to deploy it this turn. I like this could be pretty good later on. Oof. Oofa doofa. So, if I recall correctly, Ziliak's like poisonous doesn't work with Divine Shield. So we could go for that. We could go for the Dynamatic.
This would be a good time for a master plan.
Hmm. We'll just go for the Dynamatic here.
Light the fuses!
Yeah, we could go for the Zola and grab another Dynamatic, but we might need to copy an Elise or something like that. So, slow and steady. Slow and steady. But yeah, Charles, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? How's your D&D sessions been going lately? Anything interesting happening? See if our opponent can in fact build a beast. It's pretty good. Stone Tusk. We'll probably go for the Ziliax with the Magnetic this turn. We could just play this damaged Stegatron. Indeed.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Unfortunately, the Ziliax doesn't really get us to use our mana optimally. It's okay. D&D is going well. Divine Shield means poisonous creature does the 0 damage, so Ziliax eats the bird. Yeah. Yep. Your players are nearly in chapter 4, which is the last chapter of the book. And is that Curse of Strahd, or is that were you playing through Curse, or were you playing through Mad Mage? Bro, it flies. Created by zombies. Oh, created by the Jeweled Macaw. Of course. Hopefully they don't have a Corrosive Ooze. I think they could. I know. I definitely see a fair few. Like weapon removal oozes hanging around some of these hunter decks. Ooh, Bunny Pot with the Captain Hook Tusk. Oh, Waterdeep Dungeon Ice. That's right. And his group is doing Curse. Yes, that is correct. You girl opening up the big captain. Is it another Stone Tusk Ball? Okay. Alright, loose specimen. Is she any good? Yeah, Captain Hooktusk is a fantastic legendary. She's part of a couple of pretty big decks. A lot of these kind of tempo rogues that also play a little pirate package, and some even rogues as well. Captain Hooktusk is a good get. Lucky the Yatta. How's the heist? Yes, tell us about the Waterdeep heist. Maybe omit some spoilers. But tell us how that Waterdeep dungeon heist is going. Pinky Pop Hepburn is fantastic, by the way. I'm in love. Oh. It's very good. I mean, I watched it without audio. I just watched it with the subs. And I was like, I hope that... Like, the audio for this could be very bad. It was fantastic. Yeah, it sucks to lose a charge off the Super Collider, but I just don't particularly want to risk our opponent having a sick one. Actually, we could have used the coin and the spark to do the 1 damage on the Ego. But I think we maybe goofed a little bit there. Definitely could have thought a bit more about it. Okay, you still pay, but same company? Same company? Is it just a bunch of... Is that now what it is? It's just companies running these virtual YouTubers? It's going pretty well, but they got a bit distracted trying to find a plot-centric character because the adventure does that intentionally. As in, the adventure purposefully hides important characters that... And people often try to find them, or... What do you mean by that? Oh, stealthy. Not stealthy enough, though.
Light the fuses!
Just poop out some boys. Yeah, put another boy out there. They're at the part of the adventure where I think it will go quite quickly until they get to the final scene. Plus, I still have to solve the issue of the druid/rogue that is a were-rat. Is that a thing they chose, or is that a thing that happened to them? Oh my gosh! If this was another charging loose specimen. They could just go for a brawl here, I guess.
Okay, then.
Because we might be struggling to deal the extra 4 damage. No, I think we'll just go for the elite. I mean, we're on so much health. Why do we care?
This jungle hides many secrets.
Such a perfect specimen.
Oh, I love that fuse thing.
Yeah, so what's with this were-rat thing? Totally forgot about were-rats. So they're looking for a construct, a specific one, and they're told that it's the only one. Then they find 3 similar ones that aren't the one that they're looking for. Right. Well, what's with the were-rat thing? Is it like, I'm just choosing to play a bugbear this game? And or did they like get bitten by a rat and they're becoming a were-rat?
Precision. Perfection.
We gotta start getting some of these cards out of our hand. Finally we can play this security rover and get some value off of it. What did they take? 1? 2. Secret? Oh, my druid failed his save and now he's a were-rat. That's great. So I'm gonna go for this first. If it's freezing, it's freezing. Sneckus.
Take that! Stop!
Yeah, sure. Remember when I said I wanted to get some cards out of my hand? I'm lying. Early in the adventure, there's a fight with a were-rat, and its bites have a chance to turn whoever it bites into another were-rat if the player bitten fails a DC 10. Which basically means he can't take damage except from magical sources. So, a were-rat can't take damage except from magical sources. Do you just have... Oh, or do you mean a druid tends to, like, not take damage except from magic? Are druids tanky?
This beast will not be tamed. Senku's fate.
Got a grizzly? Very small grizzly boy. Got our first Ungoro pack too.
Take that!
This jungle hides many secrets.
Oh, we forgot our crushing walls placement. Sorry, friends. We goofed that one. I think the magical source is a were-rat thing, but if you get hit with silver, you're gone. Oh, heck. What's it like playing? Because the character that you play right now has a fire weakness or whatever. What's it like playing a character that has just a very scary weakness? Alright, big grizzly in play. Indeed.
Aloof Neladar.
I guess we could have traded the security rover instead. Traded the security rover and zapped. And kept our release. I think that probably would have been a better play. I didn't really want to put damage on this because our opponent hasn't played a cube yet. I think they are probably jonesing to get one down. trade cube. Haven't played any playdeads either, so. Oh, that's a. Oh dear, that's a good rip. Kind of downgrade? We'll go for the Ungoro pack first. I mean, at least it's not like a Zombies that just cleaves our entire board in half. No rare creature can take damage from a magical source. Okay, so you can only take physical damage. Druid's tanky because of the way that transforming into a creature work gives you extra HP equal to that creature's HP. My character has the undead trait, I think, so it'll go up in flames real quick. Still gets around it too. I don't think the average character has silvered weapons. I would hope not. Give these kids guns. Kind of a bit bewildered, to be honest.
This would be a good time for a master plan.
Would be a good time for a master plan. Boom, thank you.
For no regard.
For Noma. We don't have any 1-drops left in the deck, so... We didn't even have any 1-drop minions in the deck to begin with, so...
Come to me, little ones.
Let's do this, it's fine. Kind of regretting not going for the Omega Assembly first, because we potentially get some rush minions off of it. This game is getting down to the wire. I'm quite scared that our opponent hasn't played any Playdeads. Or Terrascale Stalkers? Or did they play one Terrascale Stalker? I think they played one to trigger their, like a spider bot early on. So our opponent could certainly just go for like Playdead, wrath our board and start getting some damage in, but don't know. Also, this mage secret is definitely going to it could possibly confuse them, though it came from an Ungoro pack, so they should know that it's mana bind.
Senseless fate.
There's the Q. Stitch Tracker too. Oh, 1 card deeper into fatigue. Very impressive. Oh, I can have a cube too. Do I want a cube? I think I do.
Okay then.
Down!
For no regard.
We could have also gone for like Security Rover, because when we kill that bat, the damage that's done will trigger the security rover. We'll still be able to attack in as well. So we could have gone like security rover, trade, trigger. We'll have the security rover and a bot. Security rover trades with the 5-2. We have 2 bots. Now I will play dead. They have a silence though. It's sad times. This game is definitely gonna go on for a bit longer, folks.
Truth is found in
Kill us out. Okay.
my pack will hunt you down.
Okay. That's pretty bad. It means we don't get the play dead off.
Senseless fate.
Unless they forget to attack. Well, definitely gonna brawl this turn. Yes, Microbot wins.
Job's done.
These raptors just flying all over the place. In Dragon Heist, though, there's plenty of opportunities to have Curse of Lycanthropy removed, because any of the temples in the city can do it for a fee. Just my druid doesn't want to have it removed. Nice. If he doesn't, I'm going to end up having him killed by Forced Grey. I don't know what that is. What is Forced Grey? Alright, so fatigue situation is looking about even, but I have to consider that a lot of those are these 1 mana 4/3s, which is not exactly the most threatening of things. Yeah, I mean, Dynamatic seems great here.
Light the fuses!
Good hits, good hits. I do get the vibe that at some point in this game I've missed lethal. Like at some point, like our opponent's been quite low. We may just have to use this play dead on a Direhorn hatchling. Would love that Super Collider sooner rather than later.
Which tracks to follow?
It's a big one. Oh. I can have one too. We're gonna just kill it with the Stegatron and the
Okay,
Micro
then.
Squad. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We're 6 times our opponent's life total? Yeah, like, hopefully we can win in fatigue. Like, we have that going for us. But honestly, every time our opponent takes, like, a, one of those raptors, gets another shuffle in, like, that, it is pretty threatening, because that's one more turn that they get to build a beast, which gives them another shot at getting something that delays fatigue by a bit. Yeah, I think I'll have this. And we do still have another Ungoro pack in here, but I don't know, the chances we get a good Death Rattle minion that we want to play dead onto off of a Ungoro pack's pretty low. And you know, if we can draw that Direhorn Matriarch in the next couple of turns, it's beefy enough that we might actually be able to kind of turn the tides. What we really want is an Elemental off this Ungoro pack. Ooh, yuck. Let's have Rush. Rush Poisonous? No, Emperor Cobra.
This would be a good time for a master plan.
We can kill this.
Oh, I love that fuse thing. Wow, golden legendary.
2 Sherazans. I think we have this one in the bag.
I'm almost out of
Although actually we
cards.
might not ever be able to revive a Sherazan. Hopefully our opponent just trades here. I was just really scared of our opponent maybe killing this. Oh, they can kill it here, then trade here. They still have it up. Yeah, that's frustrating. We also didn't get any elementals off our yeah, give me that big boy.
Job's done.
Alright.
I'm out of cards.
We're finally getting there. I kind of wanted to save that spores for a turn where we got Micro Squad, but I mean, who knows if we were ever going to get there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to revive these Sherazans. Force Grey is a group of sanctioned adventurers working in the city of Waterdeep. They're basically like a SWAT team that gets called in when something is too tough to the City Watch to deal with. Oh my gosh, please. Oh,
This
we
was
gotta
sent in by
kill
Morgan Davey.
this.
Keep it wavy, Morgan Davey. Thank you.
Rod Habib is now running away. Thank you for the follow, Rod Habib. Thanks for joining us. It's been a long one, so thanks for sticking with me on this one.
Take that.
of my jungle.
Let's take a chain gang here.
Job done.
But yeah, let me know what you've been playing. Been playing some Hearthstone, something else? If you're happy to just have a lurk, have a lurk. Pleasure to have you here. So Force Grey, yeah, it's like the special ops or something. Yes. Great game. Great game. I think there were a couple of choices. Yeah, hell yeah, we took 25 turns. I think there were a couple of choices that we got wrong there. I think we could have definitely could have navigated the game a bit better. And I'm not 100% sure if when we're up against a hunter that goes Rexar so early, if we should be trying to drag the game out, or if that's maybe to our disadvantage and we should try and close the game a bit earlier than fatigue. But still, yeah, amazing game. Well played to our opponent. GG's. Fantastic. Yeah, great game. Wow. Wow. Okay, we are here with NaviOOT's Odd Warrior. Now, I know I usually try to do a couple of games, 3 or 4 games for a lot of these decks, but as you can see, that one game took a fair while. I've got other decks to check out, so just going to do a quick recap. Obviously, we can't tell too much about a deck just from playing one game with it, but I do like a lot of the card choices in here. We saw quite a lot of value out of that Zola combined with Elise. Gave us massive value in the long run. I really liked the Faceless Manipulators, especially up against that Rexar. It was fantastic to just be able to pay 5 mana for a threat that they paid significantly more mana than that for. And we even got a pretty reasonable Tinkmaster. So it seems like we can probably engineer situations like that in the future. The cards that maybe didn't get highlighted as much, Carnivorous Cube was okay. Nothing to certainly write home about, but once again we had a lot of cards in our hand for a lot of that game, and just having the extra options is always appreciated. The other thing that didn't really get highlighted too much is the Leroy. I still like that Leroy is an option here, that we can combine it with Faceless for 12 burst damage out of nowhere, which from an Odd Warrior not a lot of decks expect, so it does have that surprise factor. But I definitely want to play some more games with the Leroy to see how it goes. Regardless, big shout out to NaviOOT for this deck, and big shout out to Flux Flasher. I think link this one over HS Replays. If you are watching on YouTube, of course, all of the links are down in the description, including link over to that HS Replays article. Go over there, check the deck out, give it a +1, leave a lovely thoughtful comment, like I know you will. My name's been Tommy Wave. You can catch me right here on Twitch, Tommy_Wave, or on Twitter. That's the best place to catch me, at Tommy_Wave. I believe NaviOOT's also on Twitter, posting a lot of anime GIFs. So if you like that, and you like good top-level Hearthstone play, go check them out as well. Until next time, though, stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and don't fire 800 people for a CEO's bonus package. Bye! I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.